Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of No More Kids in Scientology. Now, I don't understand why I'm hearing this feedback. Are you guys getting feedback? I was getting a little feedback. I think it's gone. Are y'all getting feedback? I'm totally getting this. This is so weird. Can you tell me in the chat if you guys are getting it? Do you guys get feedback? Can you please answer chat? Not you guys. Okay, good. Oh, it's so okay. So it's just coming at me somehow. Good. Okay, I can deal with that. Well, you guys, it's time to talk about um Scientology Mother. Scientology covered this channel for just a little bit. And again is Miss Elena Cardone. And the reason that Elena Cardone is being covered as a Scientology mother is because Elena is an opinion leader in Scientology. You guys, in Scientology, Elena is what they call a VIP opinion leader. So this woman is being asked right now to sort of use her platform to recruit what we would, in our opinion, say is recruitment tactics. Um, so let's start with how she speaks about motherhood right here. Wanted to share this with you guys. So y'all tell me your thoughts on this. Is a short one. This is a short video.
For the first few years, I would wake up all hours of the night with the babies, and I'd go into the other room so that Grant could sleep at night so that he could be rested for work the next day. Not one day, not one night did I ever put him on night duty. And I loved that I could do that for us. I changed the diapers. I nursed, I birthed, I bathed, I clothed them, I stroller walks, I trips to the park, I prepared the meals, I packed the lunches, I drove them places, I attended the parent teacher meetings, I did all the damn kid parties. I put them into the bed. I put them to bed and I sang the endless songs on repeat. I played the games. I acted out Wormy, come. I acted out Wormy and Spidey, and Crabby and Meow and Ruff. No one can do a birthday, a tooth fairy, an Easter bunny, a Santa better than me. Have you seen my elf on a shelf? For the
Oh, you guys, make sure you take a deep breath after that one. Little rose water didn't hurt nobody, but this is how a Scientology mother is talking about motherhood. And funny enough, she says that she and Graham worked as a team, but it sounds like from everything she was describing, she was doing it all and Grant was doing nothing, right? She was changing the diapers, she was doing everything there was to be done. So, yeah, this is again Elena Cardone, the highest OT, the highest representation of Scientology, the one that's gotten a lot of awards, IES awards, donation awards, on and on and on. And the one, you guys, that is also going to pitch to us how lifestyle changes are helping her live to 100. Ah. As it says, she has trained her daughters to act the same. She sounds distressed. I mean, that's the thing, you guys. It's like I see a very distressed woman, but she kind of like embellishes her distress and her plight that she actually is having in her life, as we would know. Um, and she hides it as empowerment and heroism, which is what is actually getting called out here. And in this recent video that she just uploaded, she's gonna pitch to us how she is going to live to 100 because she's making lifestyle changes. So we're gonna react to this. Let me know what you guys think.
Okay, lifestyle, design your life. What do you want your life to look like? Mine, I want to look like a monogamous, thriving marriage. I have that. My health, oh my God. Okay, I went from having an ulcer that I had from the time I was 14. Doctor said it's going to be with me forever. You know, I don't know. It's weird. As I started to kind of crawl myself out of the muck and into enlightenment, you know, with greater knowledge and understanding of certain subjects, you know, I study the spirit, I study the mind, like things.
So she studies the spirit and she studies the mind, you guys. So see, this is how she's like hiding that she is actually pitching Scientology to all of those Grant Cardone sycophants that want to go, oh, but it's so empowering to go there and we're not getting pitched Scientology. Girl, you're getting pitched straight literal Scientology. It's all done in an acceptable way of informing it, which is all that she does here. She's just like informing guys like, oh, I've studied the mind. I really did study this spirit and I got rid of my ulcer. Because she's so enlightened that she got rid of an ulcer. I mean, again, you guys, it's like, these were the type of claims being made on the daily inside of these ridiculous hotels. Oh, I really did get rid of an ulcer. Oh, I really think that I got rid of this problem here and this problem there. It was all just babbling. They were just babbling. They wouldn't even go to the doctor half the time. So in what world is she really going to claim that her enlightenment and the study of the spirit made her cure an ulcer? Because that's what these fake pitches really start giving. They start giving off a certain type of smell, a stench that is so disgusting that it needs to be highlighted.
It just went away and I didn't even notice until it was gone. And it's like they
You guys, her ulcer went away and she didn't notice. I mean, I've never had an ulcer, but I hear that ulcers are extremely painful. So in what world did she really have an ulcer? In what world did it go away without her even noticing it? And then in what world is the all right, guys, let's just continue.
actually said, like, I don't know how this is possible, but it's gone. The thing is gone. Like, and so it, you know, it's a miracle. But
the thing is gone and is a miracle, you guys. Thank you to L. Ron Hubbard. Thank you to all the people that are keeping the technology so straight inside of my hotel, because again, they're recreating the stages that they create for themselves inside of the hotel. This is exactly what they do. Grant and Elena are literal proxies, recruitment proxies, because Scientology's image is so toxic AF. They cannot bear to recruit people with a straight face without having to camouflage it with all this like, oh yeah, let's really 10x this and we're really gonna show you so much empowerment because we study the words of a convicted felon. So listen to us on a stage and then all of a sudden everything that comes out of our mouths is gonna be facts. Like the fact that she just got rid of an ulcer that she's had all her life and she didn't even notice it was gone, but then she did study about spiritualism. And you start seeing how the pitch is just so convoluted that all they do is convince by pitching, by blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. And they really do think that blabbing ad nauseum in a complete stream of unconsciousness and delusions is all it takes to run a multi-billion whatever it is that they say they run.
But my health is so good now that when I had my blood, my DNA, my this, that. This is totally me bragging, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's something called...
Oh, like you really have to ask this woman for permission. She really asked for permission to brag. She's the Jody Hildebrand's voice on crank. May the force. Funny that you say that. Funny that you say that. Sorry, I had some of my spicy lemonade, you guys. Mexican lemonade to get through this Scientology Mother of the Year speech. All right, let's continue hearing what else is being said here.
The telomere, and the telomere is what your body thinks your age is, not necessarily how you look, but what your body thinks its age is. And as you get older, the telomere shrinks down, and because it thinks you're older and you only have a little less time to live, right? And so they get the results back from my telomeres, and my telomere is at 100, which is the highest you can go. And it's very rare. It's like 1 in thousands and thousands, probably somewhere around 40,000, 1 in 40,000.
Oh my God, you guys. Okay. So whatever the hell she's referring to, she's about to give you some statistics. And you notice how it went from, it's so rare in the thousands and thousands, and then all of a sudden she gives this 40,000 number that seems to arrive to her. And just like that, we're really supposed to believe that this woman is supposed to live to 100. I mean, from 0 to 100 real quick is what this is giving right now. Exactly, right, Kiara? It is. It is absolutely. Seriously, Kay. I mean, this is being pitched by her as she is also being used as a proxy to recruit more people for their empire that she and Grant are building. Because remember, Grant is not really doing a lot of talking these days. Grant has a very niche audience because he doesn't really like appeal to a lot of people. Imagine that now he is using his wife and daughters to see who else he can ensnare.
They've never seen it before. They cross-checked it, triple-checked it. I was like, oh, you should have just asked me, because the last time I had my telomere, the lady did the same thing. And yeah, it's really 100. And they were like, oh my God. Like, and then the doctor person looked at Grant and he was like,
Amy, I'm glad there was somebody, because I'm like, what is this telomere that she's talking about? What in the literal hell is she talking about? And what this is giving right now, to be honest, is very much like Scientology doctor, chiropractor-ish vibes. Once again, because Scientology do not believe that they want to have any kind of kids anywhere near mandated reporters. They always go and get all manner of alternative doctors that won't be mandated reporters to really go and consult with them on their whatever in the hell she went and got measured. That is very, very strongest and the biggest and the largest. Whatever that is, I don't know, you guys. Do not ask me. I can barely get through this 6-minute clip with you, but thank you for being here and helping us sort it.
it's like, Grant, this chick could live to 120. He was like, you're going to need a bus to kill this one.
I mean, I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to nitpick this humor, but you're going to need a bus to off this one because she's going to live to 120. Why would Grant want to off the wife because she's going to live to 120? Like, that's pretty, like, weird. It's giving a little bit of a weird vibe. Why would Grant Cardone be like, you're going to live to 120? I really should be looking for a bus. I mean, please, what is going on? Exactly. LOL, even though it's hard. I mean, yeah, exactly, Laura. Even though it's really, really hard.
That's my lifestyle now, right? I have my morning routine where I work out. I'm at the place now where I can afford to have a personal trainer, a personal chef to
She's at the place, lady, you're supposed to be a billionaire. In what world is a billionaire at the place where they can afford? I mean, if you're just a billionaire, then you're just a billionaire. You don't even have to think twice. I mean, right? I mean, billionaire. Remember, let's really remember that that is the number that they have used for themselves in order to attract people, in order to go. And they're doing this in the Spanish community, you guys. If you go check out their Spanish channels are getting way more views than any of their English channels. Even this video, it's like no one's even watching this garbage anymore. But guess what? Guess where they are affecting a lot of Spanish speaking people, because they're doing these AI dubbed horrible translations, and every garbage that she's spewing in English is just translated into Spanish. And the gullible, uneducated Spanish people, let's remember that they really are all about targeting unaccredited investors. So yeah, you better believe that the Spanish public is one that they can really prey on easily.
cook me the right sort of meals. Because if I don't have this, by the way, like I don't do it. Like I'm not one of these in the gym type people. I hate it until I'm done with it. So if I don't put the discipline in, I'm not doing it. So I have no choice. I have to hire these people, or I'm eating chips and pizza and nachos and because I really don't have any self discipline. So I need that.
Oh my God. Okay, Elena, this is what you call in Scientology glut PR. So you have no self-discipline. You won't do it. You're not the type of person that wants to do anything. You just have to force yourself to hire these people to make you do. I mean, I would love to understand how many billionaires out there claim to have gotten to become billionaires with no self-discipline. Because that would be really great to start understanding how little self-discipline is involved on someone that amasses $1 billion plus.
Chef, but this is what my lifestyle looks like now. I have the chef that cooks the food, and they're like, you get to eat this and this and this and this, and I'm good at compliance, so I do my thing, and I don't miss.
But she's very, very good at compliance, you guys. Thank God that we are getting somewhere. I'm OT8 and I have no self-discipline and let someone else does it for me, to L. Ron Hubbard. Seriously, you guys. I mean, this is the joke of this is the 10x joke right here. This is the 10x joke. Literally. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for your super chat and for, supporting this 10x joke. I mean, literally. Oh, I don't know what she's trying to get across. Selfless. I literally, what is trying to get across to other system of psychological control of their followers? Exactly. I mean, I'm very good at being subservient, so just get me there with being told what to do, and then I follow whatever I'm told to do.
The other thing, when I actually have the right foods and nutrients, I'm not actually craving all that other weird garbage. So my lifestyle looks like that. I'm on the superhuman protocols. I get the IVs. I get, we do all of our other stuff too, but I take my vitamins, my 10x vitamins. I have the superhuman protocol. I breathe the oxygen. I lay on this mat. Anyway, I don't need to get into all that, but this is.
Okay, you guys. So yeah, if you thought that was TMI, it was TMI, because she's laying on mats she's taking her 10x vitamins. What in the literal hell is she doing taking 10x vitamins? You've got to be kidding me. Like, leave it to these people to sell you the vitamins, to sell you like, oh yeah, I get all these IVs. I'm on the superhuman program. And I mean, she even does admit that she gets other stuff done. She doesn't say what, but other stuff done. So yeah. Can't you just go for a walk? That would be good. That would be a great idea, Elena. Take yourself on a walk right now. Ooh, the eugenics. Pretty much, Wolf Machine. We're the best of the best. We're the top of the top. We're the literally. Because of course anybody can actually afford all of these treatments and devices and specialists all the time in which to do it all. That's right, you guys. But it's like, it's all being pitched like, again, it's all this trying to make themselves the L. Ron Hubbard, trying to make themselves like, we're the multimillionaires, you guys. We're billionaires. We do so much for humanity. And again, to be on this other side of the spectrum, having been under the influence of these people that, yes, lie at the drop of a hat. And that's what we're juxtaposing here. This Scientology mom just lying through her literal teeth, because they're all just selling a lifestyle of success that they're not even a part of. I mean, what type of like discipline is she really having when she tells us that she has none? but if she hires a trainer, then she'll just do it because she doesn't even like going to the gym. I mean, but she is gonna live to 100. I mean, you guys, what is going on with this pitch? I'm gonna live. Her lifestyle changes are helping me live to 100.
This is my lifestyle now. Like, I'm interested in preserving my health. My energy is like through the roof. It doesn't vary. It doesn't go up and down. My moods are stable. I wrote down in my notes, and then I'll tell you what I changed it to, but I swear to God, I wrote down, I'm happy all the time. And then I went back and changed it, and I put happy most of the time, because I didn't think you would believe me if I said I'm happy all the time. But it's true. I really am happy all the time. I mean, unless when like a situation comes in and your child's hurt, or,
So in case we were doubting there were credibility problems with this woman, she wrote on her notes, I'm happy all the time. And then she goes, if I write I'm happy all the time, then the people that are paying however many thousands of dollars to come to this 10x thing are going to go, is she full of shit? Because she must not be all happy all the time. So now she's really going to explain to you how, she really changed her notes because she realized she couldn't really say she was happy all the time. If her child gets hurt, then she is not going to be happy. She's going to tell us now.
or if there's an upset or something happened, but that's normal, right? It would kind of not be normal if I'm like happy and like, oh, your friend just died. Like that.
No, you guys, she did say that. I mean, what type of, how many of your friends are really, dying, Elena? That would be great for you to, get on the record and really tell us how many Scientologists, how many OT7s are just dropping the body, like y'all call that, inside the hotel, so that, death wouldn't really be discussed as death. Oh, they just dropped the body. They're just floating and going to their next. So just so everyone understands how dangerous it is and how many kids ended up also just, as children, it was very easy to have horrific, disgusting, suicidal ideation. We were told that you could just drop it and you could just float away and find another one. That's how children are being advised inside of the hotel. Of course, if you ended up having suicidal thoughts, then they would have you write an affidavit. to blame it all on yourself. Due to all my actions, I've been thinking about offing myself, and it's all my fault because I am so unproductive. I am such a troublemaker. This is nothing to do with anyone else. They would have preventative affidavits in case it would happen. Then when the Clearwater police showed up, they'd be like, oh no, Clearwater police, look, we have an affidavit here that they prepared that this had nothing to do with us. And then the Clearwater police goes, oh, it says here that they wanted to off themselves because of all the bad things that they wanted to do to themselves. Oh, okay, great. Then you know what? Carry on running your hotel. Carry on running your hotel. Bring more kids around, you know, because you're doing all the paperwork. You're having them write all the affidavits. Let it be clear that affidavits were put into PC files, written up, ordered by the case supervisors. Oh, they just said this thing where we could be legally liable. Have them write an affidavit. Have them blame it on themselves. That was their crisis management technique. That's how they were, you know. So the fact that she brings up her, you know, dead friend that just died, and then she says, oh yeah, well then I would be allowed to have an emotion, because then it would be weird if I didn't have it. I mean, please, seriously. I mean, you guys can just digest this on for yourselves.
That's weird, right? But in a normal circumstance, like without side adjustments or interferences, like I'm happy. I'm just happy. I wake up happy. I don't have ups and downs. Certainly not those crashing downs. There's no, it's so interesting because I just never knew that a life like this could actually exist.
All right, you guys, and let's talk about cognitive distortion while we're at it. Because this stream of consciousness where this woman is saying nothing but just blabbing and amping herself is that level that the Scientology parents get into as a result of getting engaged in the rhetoric of the convicted felon that they all sign up to worship, to pay to worship. So they dilute themselves. Okay, this is their crack. This is how they get distorted. And then they just start saying, I never knew life was so great, and I'm always happy, and I'm always great, and I have a technology, and I have this. I mean, notice that she's sanitizing her language, but every once in a while she cannot help herself. She just called it the ups and downs. She's not into the roller coaster, because if you have the technology from L. Ron Hubbard, you're told that you will never roller coaster. You will never go up and down. You will always just be winning and happy and have basically no emotions, just being like this woman on a constant state of high. Because again, this is how unhealthy is this to just literally see. Because I mean, yeah, it's clownery and we can all laugh about it, but this is the mother of 2 underage kids that cannot fend for themselves for the 10th gazillion trillion time. Scientology parents are a clear and present danger to their kids. They are following the rhetoric of a convicted, indicted felon that did make him go crazy AF. I mean, again, it's like, if your parents were, you know, and I think that a lot of you relate to us because of this, if your parents were crack addicts, if your parents were alcoholics, if your parents were that level of complete and utterly not there at all, dehumanized, not present, living in a delusion, the delusion of the hotel where all parents got together and decided all children are fair game inside of the hotel because they're all adults. Let's go. Let's really save a world. This is what this woman is pitching. She's saving a world. She has a technology. She's doing so good. And all these people really should be looking up to her and her, you know, ridiculous Swarovski tie that literally makes no shred of sense.
But it does. These pillars are the secret. It's what I'm telling you. And you just have to go through the loop over and over.
I mean, she invites people to get on a loop. Okay. So if y'all are looking for something to loop around, I think that Miss Cardone will have you on a loop, just loop it around, loop it around.
My lifestyle, I don't do drugs. I haven't done, other than like a Novocaine when, you have something like that, but I haven't done drugs. I don't even take aspirin. I haven't done a drug since.
You know what, you guys, do you see that? I don't even take aspirin. I mean, these people really think that they are so morally superior because they don't do drugs. Not even an aspirin. You could be having a splitting headache. You could have a fever of 103 and they tell you, go do a touch assist. Feel my finger, feel my finger, feel my finger over and over ad nauseum. When we had 103 fevers and our parents were like, don't give him anything. No, just feel my finger, feel my finger. And you just wanted them to shut the F up with their stupidity of feel my finger. And they were just doing weird things all the time. All the time. So, yes. So good luck to all Scientology kids having fevers with Scientology mothers like this one that just go, oh, you have a fever? Your fever's 104? Then you know what? Feel my finger. You're not going to get a Tylenol. You're not going to get anything because God forbid you touch a drug. We're so morally superior than the whole entire world because we don't take a Tylenol. So y'all can see how quick this turns into abuse from people being so deranged, from people being extremist. This is not normal. This is not balanced. Like literally, like we're showing you the literal disbalance of the Scientology mothers. And again, Elena Cardone is not alone. All the things that she's pitching, she's a carbon copy of my mother. I mean, think about it, you guys. These mothers that all studied what? The same convicted felon, the same book. They are so proud to memorize so many quotes from the books. So how were they not carbon copies of each other? And this is what we keep saying. All mothers, all Scientology mothers, guilty AF. There is no, oh, I'm a Scientology mother and I was doing really great. BS. So Elena Cardone isn't being singled out. Elena Cardone is exemplifying what all Scientology mothers are getting called out today on Mother's Day. Yes, Scientology moms, you're getting called out. Yes, you didn't ensure that a single shred of child in those commercial buildings or hotels had a childhood because you all wanted to live out your delusion of whatever the convicted felon that you worship pitched to you. So go double check if that was a great idea for you to be having, if that was a great idea for you to be pitching lies to underage kids with a straight face. Because again, Scientology parents are not the children, even though they are acting infantile AF, even though they're in this cognitive distortion field of infantilizing themselves in a very dangerous, real way.
I'll tell you exactly when. December 31st, 1999 was my last little bout with ecstasy. Haven't done a drug since. I don't drink alcohol. Like, I just need to be super aware and super alert. One of my roles in the empire is to protect the empire. I filter who comes in, who comes out, who's there, who's not there. All of this has to be complete covert operations, of course, because Grant has no idea this is happening. That's just the way life is. These people you are around and those people you are not. And sometimes Grant will be like, hey, I wonder whatever happened to so-and-so. And I'm like,
So she's proud of her covert operations because she's dismissing people from the circle. I mean, you guys, It is all not an Elena Cardone idea. This is an idea pitched by L. Ron Hubbard, Simon Volibard, and a whole disgusting essay that he did on power. And how power is like Simon Volibard. You really should be looking at a disgusting Spanish man that destroyed and killed Indians in industrial size scale levels to really think about power being a great thing, and that the woman really has to like be doing all these things and not letting the man know and taking care of things and being like a covert operations for the man. That's how Scientology mothers are thinking. That's what they were doing and willing to do for our fathers. Scientology mothers get told, cover up for your husband. Anything that he does, cover it up. They call it pink legs. That's the euphemism that they use. Oh, that's just pink legs. Oh, why are those pink legs hanging off the trash can? I don't know. I have no idea. But you know what? Let's just go over there. Meanwhile, they're the ones that murdered a woman, threw her in the trash can and put it there because the woman could have, influenced the husband. I mean, you guys can all go look at it. It's Simon Volibard. It's in the ethics book. It's a disgusting, nauseating essay from convicted felon L. Ron Hubbard pitching to all women that they become this type of operative for their husband. So for all of you who are wondering where Shelley is, Shelley was following this exact essay about Simon Volibard and really murder and really hire and really just, hide the bodies, hide them all. This is how you flow power to your husband in Scientology. Scientology mothers flow power to their husbands by covering up criminal acts and then just dismissing it as pink legs. Oh, that's pink legs? Oh, I didn't tell you because that was pink legs. I just pink legs that. And that just means that you can literally lie to cover up for criminal activity because that would be a great idea. I mean, why not? Why not, cover up crimes, call it Simon Volibard, call it pink legs, call it all this disgusting euphemisms. But, here she is pitching it as some sort of like, oh, ha, 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 aren't I so funny?
I don't know. Where have they been?
That's what we get. Hi, Brenda. Speaking truth that is universal. Thank you. I think that we've all that have understood, having grown up with no childhoods because of parental choices that were very toxic for our own parents. Let's be clear, as much as we are grabbing a bat, as much as we are nailing a bat with 3 nails, as much as we're using our bat to hammer Elena's head as a piñata, it's because they need to be stopped. It's because they need to be told the truth. They are being scammed. They are being taken advantage of. They are being lied to. They are being compromised. All of our parents were. There are no set of parents that any of us that survived this disgusting, abominable existence inside of these hotels can really go and say, my parents didn't get compromised. Your parents put us literally in harm's way, in front of audits, in front of ethics handlings, in front to be done to do the courses. The 3 things that Scientology offers that are not suitable for children whatsoever. So yes, Scientology mothers, you are all hereby assigned a condition of delusion. Condition of delusion is 1 below confusion. L. Ron Hubbard never wrote about that. But you know what? We just did. So all Scientology mothers are hereby assigned a condition of complete and utter delusion. And to get out of that condition, you have to start confronting the truth about who the hell you are. The truth. Go speak to yourself in front of a mirror. As a mother, and ask yourself, did I put my child in any type of harm's way by subjecting them to adult-only, at best, disgusting role plays that I was getting off on? Ask yourselves that question, Scientology mothers, in front of a literal mirror. And if you're not horrified with your response, ask yourselves again until you get to the truth. When you're literally crying, when you're literally actually realizing what in the hell you have all done as a collective of mothers. This is all Scientology mothers. This is not, oh, I didn't. You locked up your child too. You audited your child. You send your child to ethics. You send your child to go get grooming courses done. You all messed up AF. There's no world where a Scientology mother can say, I wasn't Ruby Frankie on crack and steroids. So let that be clear to all of you Scientology mothers that are like, I didn't do it that bad. Ruby Frankie, Google who that is. Google Ruby Frankie and Google that really quick so you can really start understanding what type of legal precedents exist for aggravated child abuse to not be swept under a rug when you actually get to the courtroom. And as a mother, you have to explain to a judge why your child was locked up for hours on end in false imprisonment, which is not a religious experience. Only a complete and utter degenerate would say that locking up a child against their will, that committing a felony of kidnapping a child against their will is beneficial. So where is the Scientology mothers waking the F up? Where are they calling themselves out? Where are they going to the next mother and say, you know what? I just realized that I effed up and I want to prevent other mothers to be effed up too. So let me share this info with you. All you under the radars that are really protecting your family because I really don't want to tell this and I do. Start telling people. Stop being pathetic. Stop literally covering up for abusers. You all did it. Get over yourselves. That's the message to all our mothers. Get over your damn selves. You're being called out. You're being told what in the hell you've done because there's not enough of you. Can't even find an example of one mother coming forward and literally talking to what in the hell they've done. Imagine. In the year 2024, with all the protesting that's been done, with all that's been repudiated, where are the mothers with any shred of remorse for what in the hell took place? For how many hundreds and thousands of kids being abused as we speak? Because again, you guys, the abuse has not changed because guess what? If nobody calls it out, then everyone's having a religious experience. So, just keep waiting. Where is the actual urgency? Where is it? In what world have we said what we said? And yet all there is on the public record is literal crickets. These mothers can keep sticking their head in the literal sand. And every single day, Scientology mothers, that y'all stick your hands and your head all the way in the sand to pretend that la 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 la, loo 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 loo. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. I don't see nothing. Everything is great. Everything is wonderful. I'm so powerful. I'm an OT. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm a blah blah blah. Then all that takes place is more kids get brought into the hotel. Daily children get brought to the hotels to be audited, to be given ethics cycles, and to be given grooming courses. All three things that are child abuse. All three things that end up with children being locked up against their will, with their parents full knowing. Kids deserve protection. I mean, and that's why all of you guys understanding why we're contextualizing this, why it matters. It's not some gossip video about Elena Cardone. I could give an F about this woman. But she's got two daughters that are just the same exact age I was while I was getting abused inside of those disgusting hotels and commercial buildings that my mother was bringing me around to and telling me that I was going to be really helping save our world by doing BS inside of those hotels. And yes, they need advocates that say, no, you don't get to do that, Elena Cardone. You get to get questioned. You get questioned on your certainty that I went Harvard, and you are really on a page to save a world and enlighten anything or anybody. As long as your daughters are being put in harm's way, as long as you and Grant Cardone are donating to these people millions and millions of dollars to traffic more kids, to further legitimize the criminal racketeering conspiracy, then guess what? Y'all are aiding and abetting a racketeering, child trafficking, criminal conspiracy. Maybe we need to start a legal investigation on the foundation as well. I mean, you guys, they have a literal foundation for, you know, we covered that with Nora, I think 3 episodes ago, for where they're looking for underprivileged kids that are missing father figures to really give them Grant Cardone. I mean, I think, yes, Martha, we need to understand what in the hell is really going on. Info dump truck, under the radar people, we're here for you. We can help. Yes. Go and speak to people. Figure it out. Figure out how you can be part of the solution. There's always a way for you to figure out what is the right next step for you to take. But just realize that all of it is contingent on kids getting abused. So maybe use that to put a little bit of fire under your ass. Maybe use that to think about the kids that are still stuck today with no one advocating for them. If you're under the radar, if you still have access to Scientology, if you still go into those orgs, under the guys that, wanting to stay connected with my family, but I also want to hear what everything else is about. I mean, you have to join the child advocacy. That's what's been missing this whole time. So you want to make amends? You want to not be a child trafficker, racketeering endorser? Then start showing us how you're not that. Start showing us the difference of you really realizing what in the hell you've done. Because again, every single org of Scientology targeted underage kids. So this is a problem that's systemic, endemic. It's everywhere. It's like a pandemic on steroids of contagion of stupidity. Scientology money is root of this evil. No agency will listen until the hush money ends. Keep protesting. You're shrinking their pot of money. Thank you, FM. I mean, yeah, they're never going to run out of money, you guys. They've already have that on lock. I mean, as long as these millionaires figure out scammy ways for them to write off admitting to literal self-admitted felonies and then get a tax write-off, I mean, they're never going to dry up, because remember, they're all going after more millionaires. Scientology wants to make the able more able, meaning they don't want people that don't have money. They don't want people that don't have resources. They don't want to help the homeless. That's why you see Scientology is so horrible to the homeless, because they go, oh, they're not the able. We don't want to help them. They can figure it out another lifetime. They're so degraded. So that's how they're speaking about other people. And they just want to recruit people that are influential, recruit people that have money, recruit people that if they're not influential or have money, then they could be told to go sign a $1 billion contract, and then they could be doing all the free labor for these millionaire, billionaire celebrities that go there and get serviced inside of the hotels. You should have quit yesterday, but today is acceptable. I mean, yes, 100%. 100%. Don't be afraid to repudiate all the pitches of a convicted felon. I mean, again, all Scientology parents under the spell of a pitch of a convicted felon that sold them all these ideas that they should have for themselves. So the sooner all Scientology parents realize that, the sooner they will start acting like as you're an L. Ron Hubbard, as if you should really be locking up your child and telling them that you're helping them. So for all of that to end, Scientology parents need to realize what in the hell you've done. Yeah, the radio silence isn't helping nobody. As kids, all they want to do is please the adults around them. It's so easy for a kid to fall for a false reality, and it is so damaging. Correct, KDD. That's exactly the point. Like, that's why the kids need fierce advocacy. They need people that understand why we're being so fiercely advocating for them. I mean, imagine the LAPD showed up taking photos of that brick. Remember when DOA was attacked 2 days ago? Michael and I showed up shortly after we saw that disgusting attack of DOA, where they threw down all that stuff from the stuff that he was doing to feed the people from the barbecue. And there was chalk tech brought in. And I did write, child traffickers get serviced here. And Scientology said that I committed a hate crime. And the LAPD was there photographing it. Oh, yeah, this is a hate crime, you guys. Let me just really photograph it. The idiots don't realize that they don't get to tell me, LAPD, that I was not child trafficked, that I was having a religious experience as I was being tapped to rehabilitate a full admitted self-pedophile as a minor. Yeah, under the radar people, if you go to the org, grab the documents so you can prove the crimes. I mean, help. Help is needed. Children need to be helped. Somebody needs to intervene. We're begging all of you to care. We're begging all of you to think outside of yourself as a grown adult woman and man that you are. All Scientology parents, all mothers, all Scientology fathers, and every single adult, even if you don't have children, if you're a Scientology adult, you're still getting serviced by minors. You're still being given ethics cycles by minors. You're still being audited by minors. You're still being supervised in courses by minors. So, under the radar people, you're needed. You're needed to make this stop. And you're being literally pled with to make it stop. That's all we need. That's all we need for all of this to literally cease. Yeah, and any young people in Scientology watching, your misery is not normal and not needed. You can leave and be better. 100%. Like, all that misery that was normalized in our upbringings, we are here sounding the alarm code red. It's not normal. It was sacrificial misery with the same level of dissonance that you just saw this woman pitching ourselves as empowered as we were being abused. There were no scars on our bodies, yet we were being effed with in disgusting ways. Just like you see this woman pitching herself as like, oh yeah, you really got it together. Well, do you really have it that together? I mean, especially when it comes to saving children. Children depend on everything. Their very existence depends on them being accepted into the family group, whatever the family group's ideological learnings children more often than not follow. I mean, we didn't have a choice, you guys. We literally had to follow or else. Our head was put on a pike. That was the line. You either get your ethics in or your head goes on a pike. So none of these children are growing up with any sense of autonomy, with any sense of innocence. It's all being ripped off from them by adults that continue to pretend that, yeah, I mean, it's just another day in the neighborhood with all these kids being called adults. Yeah, let Scientology bring that suit on hate crime on what I wrote in chalk on L. Ron Hubbard's Way. I mean, imagine that this has never been called out of them. You guys, they've never been called child traffickers, which is who they are. They don't want to come to that understanding for obvious reasons. But yes, Scientology parents, you are all child traffickers. There. Now do something to stop that. If you don't want to be a child trafficker, if you were defrauded and you had no idea, well, you know what? Today is a great day for you to realize that you were implicated in a racketeering child trafficking conspiracy. And today would be a great idea to figure out how to make it stop, how to cooperate with law enforcement so this can end. So no more children are just being brought in willy-nilly to a disgusting hotel. For audits, for ethics handlings, and for courses. None of these three things are acceptable to do with kids. And all Scientology parents know that. Don't play dumb. Don't play dumb in this year 2024. Don't play dumb that you didn't know. You knew what audits were. You knew what ethics was. You knew what courses were. All adults knew it. You were doing it. Y'all's problem is that y'all made the kids adult in your disgusting, sick, at best, adult-only game. So, yeah, good luck with the LAPD wanting to drum up more fake BS because they're on the side of protecting child trafficking at an institutional, industrial size scale. So imagine that the people that are supposed to enforce the laws are the ones that are literally violating the laws just right next to the child traffickers. In what world does the LAPD pretend that they have no clue, no access, no knowledge of nothing, couldn't be more clueless, couldn't be more pathetic, couldn't be more on the literal side of Ruby Frankie on steroids that these people are committing aggravated child abuse on a daily basis, paying to be audited by children, paying to be given ethics handlings by kids, paying to be supervised by underage kids. Are there any parents at the LAPD? The criminals have made being anti-crime a crime now. It's called hate crime. Thank you, Viola. Thank you for, I mean, you know, it's like the way that they project is it's rich because again, you guys remember they always cry, oh, we're a minority being attacked. We're so misunderstood. No, Scientology, you're not misunderstood. You're more than understood now. You've been misunderstood. No one knew that you were a bunch of child traffickers. No one knew that you were just abusing kids with full impunity, all full knowing, all video recording it, all transcribing it, all getting invoices to allow for these role plays to take place. That's what nobody knew before. So lucky for the kids today, people are starting to understand what in the hell is being protested, why in the hell anyone should care. Yeah, people know the truth now. People get it. I mean, it's not earth rocket science. This is probably one of the only issues that is not earth rocket science, that doesn't have a million shades of gray. Oh, well, these people can abuse children because they have a thought that abusing the child is very helpful. So then we should all just, go home and let them get abused, because you know what? That's what happened with us when nobody knew. That's what happened when people were going, oh, Lisa McPherson. Well, children were there. Nobody gave an F about the children being stuck in the hotels. Nobody gave an F about any kids being there. Nobody has given an F. Everything has been glamorized by the corporate media, glamorized by the Tampa Bay Times. The truth rundown is here, you guys, and David was beating all the adults. Let's really reconcile the truth. I mean, in what literal disgusting world is the Tampa Bay Times spreading that type of garbage out to the world and not pulling strings, right? Not following any investigation skills, are just, again, I guess it's up to the children that grew up in Scientology investigating to investigate, because no one's going to investigate a single shred of a thing. They're all just going to play dumb until, the sky turns purple, I guess. Viola, I guess when you think you've been alive for 1 billion years, you don't value your time anymore. Seriously, Viola, it was very jarring as kids to always have those ridiculous concepts being made by adults with a straight face, because, yeah, we just thought everything is so temporary. This body is an illusion. Your body's a trap. Your body's, you're a slave to your body. You're not a body. You're a thetan. It's just like, the cognitive distortions that were happening were just unconscionable. Thank you, Terry. We know the truth. Well, and if it wasn't for you guys, again, it's going to take all of us becoming aware. It's going to become all of us saying no. We are allowed to say no for kids. For adults, no. For adults, they can continue doing that. But for kids, we have to say no for them. We have to say no. We have to put all Scientology parents on blast. If you're an ex and you thought of this and you thought that, get on the record. Literally talk about what you did. Repudiate it. Go to the FBI. Figure out a way to make it stop. That's all that anyone could possibly ask. We survived it barely. There's nothing left to do other than prevent it from being done to more kids. Oh, what's up, Kalia? Keep speaking. Will be heard by many. Thank you, Kalia. Well, yeah, every day. Every day is one more day, you guys, that we get to speak our truths and go forward and apply pressure on all of these Scientology parents that need pressure applied. It's being applied to you, Scientology parents. Again, don't project. Don't make yourselves like, oh my God, I'm being so attacked. I'm being hated on. You're literally being told the truth. You're being asked to reconcile with the facts and the truth. You're being asked to become an adult and take a look at what your decisions were and take a look at what you paid for. And then take accountability for the aftermath of your decision and adult choices. And then you're just being told to make it stop to other kids. Whatever in the hell you need to do, Mike Rinder, we don't give an F. All we know is that no kids are safer since you left. No kids are safer since Debbie Cook left. No kids are safer since Angie Blankenship left. No kids are safer since Marty Rathbun left. They've all been replaced. So imagine those people know exactly what in the hell they should be sorry about, yet they're not sorry about it, yet they're doing nothing with their time other than wasting it and, pretending that better luck next lifetime is what's going to make any child being abused inside of this disgusting hotels going to get any type of help. We have to make it so general public thinks child abuse, evil theology, equating children as adults. Now most you think kooky Tom Cruise jumping on couch. That's exactly right, Brenda. We're done with the kooky jumping on the couch, see new, we knew, it's a this, it's a that, it's a blah, blah, blah. It's just, there's no theology here. There's only a technology. The technology was developed by a convicted felon. The technology is followed blindly by everyone ensnared and involved. It results in disgusting dehumanization of kids at an industrial size scale. It is unacceptable. It's abominable. It's utterly indefensible. And if Scientology wants to challenge that, we welcome the release of an underage child getting interrogated by one of your auditors, Scientology. Release that to the public. Release that on YouTube. Release that, Scientology. So if we are making a big deal about your disgusting ways, then, let the YouTube people decide if you could do that and if that's called a religious experience that children are having for themselves. I mean, imagine if they did that, you guys. They literally probably could go to jail immediately just by the extreme levels of abuse that would be seen on that video. And the fact that they all watch it inside of that hotel, the fact that they pretend that they have some sort of special government approval to commit crimes in broad daylight against kids and monetize said commissions of criminal acts, systemic, institutionalized crimes against kids are not a religious experience. I mean, how more clear can it possibly be? I'm just one very lucky kid that her mother believed her and spoke out when she got us out of there. I will never understand the other ones who close their eyes. That's great, KDD. I mean, I'm glad that some mothers did come to their senses. I mean, that's why this is so important to literally sound the alarm code red. A lot of mothers lost their parental instincts. Imagine, guys. I mean, imagine that. Imagine if you would go to Africa and you start literally giving a drug to all lion mothers and fathers. And then all of a sudden, these lions start pretending that the tiny little cubs are the ones that are supposed to feed all of them. And they start throwing their cubs to literally fend for themselves. I mean, how disgusting would it be that someone would turn the maternal instincts, what Mother Nature granted humanity with, what Mother Nature gives to animals, what you should be programmed with, that level of common sense that shouldn't be become a predator or become an enabled, entitled, egomaniac, narcissistic AF predator that gets to, write off your predatory means on kids because L. Ron Hubbard told you that that would be a great idea. That's being canceled. In the year 2024, that's fully canceled. This is when cancel culture needs to come in handy. Cancel this. It needs to be canceled. L. Ron Hubbard needs to be 1000% canceled. I mean, if Hitler was canceled, then L. Ron Hubbard literally needs to be canceled. What's the difference between extremist rhetoric and extremist rhetoric and extremist rhetoric? What's the difference? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of solutions, you guys. There's a lot of that can be done. And again, all that we have to understand that we can do is continue to cover these issues, continue asking for more child advocates to join our ranks, to advocate and to say no more auditing, no more courses, and no more ethics for kids. So it's really that simple of an ask. It's really not that complicated. It's really not earth rocket science. We're asking for people to come to their senses, to grab a hold of their humanity. And, you know, if it's not too much to ask, repudiate whatever in the hell a convicted felon pitched to you and start looking after your own kids, Scientology mothers. That's your Mother's Day brunch that you get to have today. Yes, the truth was just served to you. The truth was served cold. Eat your goddamn meal. And then stop abusing kids and wake up. Come to your senses. Come to your senses. Today would be a great day. So I thank all of you guys for watching and joining us on this fight for truth and advocacy, so that continuing to contextualize the Scientology mothers, what they're doing, they are not exempt from criticism, you guys. Like, again, their children aren't allowed to criticize their mothers. That's not a safe space. Imagine Sabrina cannot say anything bad about her mother or her father, or otherwise she gets pulled into ethics. Imagine Scarlett cannot say anything about Elena or Grant, because otherwise she gets pulled to ethics. Imagine Sabrina already made that plight on that video that we just reviewed again the other day, disgusting video about how she doesn't like it when she's playing horsey with the father, and then the father jumps and gets on top of her. And she doesn't like that. She's literally recorded this on video saying that. But all of these horrific things never get investigated, never been taken seriously by the FBI, because I guess the FBI, you know, did take 1.5 years to do anything about Larry Nassar, and it's taken 74 years to do nothing about L. Ron Hubbard. So FBI will be hearing a lot from us and a lot from all of you guys, because again, we didn't pay to have law enforcement not to be enforced. We didn't pay for platitudes to be considered laws when no one is around to enforce a shred of them. And again, all the kids that are stuck inside of the hotels as we speak are the ones paying that price. So every day that we get more advocates on our mission to shut down the axis, the unfeathered axis that Scientologists have carved out for themselves, is one more year for these kids not to be abused. So I thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.